Tonight, find out how Troy University is taking a stand against bullying.
Plus, see what two award-winning jazz vocalists made their way to Troy. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2013. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University's vocal jazz ensemble Frequency just completed their classical choral pieces, but they aren't taking any time off. The past 3 days, Frequency has switched gears back to vocal jazz and is being critiqued by a few of the pros. Troy University's vocal jazz ensemble Frequency opened its arms to two award-winning jazz composers for a 2.5-day workshop. Kerry Marsh and his wife Joya Dollison were invited to give the singers a little bit of an edge to songs that the couple is all too familiar with.
As we grow as an ensemble, I like to bring in a really world-class talent once a year to work with them, kind of extend themselves. We always program the music of the people that are coming. So that's kind of cool because then we learn the music from their perspective.
Frequency had the opportunity to work with Marsh and Dollison last year at the National Jazz Education Conference. And according to Orlovsky, the group just clicked with Marsh's energy and passion. And Marsh says he enjoys seeing how different groups interpret his work.
I like to hear the variety of interpretations they come up with. Sometimes they'll have ideas that I've never imagined about how you could sing a certain kind of lyric or a certain sort of background music or a solo, and I'll be able to take that with me to work with other people and say, hey, I heard this group in Alabama do this particular thing with this song. And so I really like the variety of experience that I get.
Frequency has had a jam-packed weekend full of information and tips. And what do organizers hope students take away from the workshop?
Just to grow, allow themselves to be vulnerable, allow themselves to kind of try new things and not be scared, and realize that they have great potential as an ensemble.
Connect with the audience. I think that's really important, especially with the music that's fairly obscure, like vocal jazz music.
Just relax and enjoy the fact that they're singing jazz, which is unique in itself, but just to have fun, internalize the style, and sing with big smiles.
The vocal jazz ensemble workshop concluded today around noon.
Well, this week, Troy University is putting the focus on trying to eliminate bullying with a number of events on campus. Last night, things got started with the screening of a movie on the subject. Michaela Chenault has the story.
Every year, 19,000 students hang themselves as a direct result of bullying. This piece of information is a part of the educational effort by Troy University this week, as area organizations take a stand against bullying and raise awareness of the act as a part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Monday night, a week-long educational effort began with a screening of the documentary Bullied.
In it, there's 5 different kids that are affected by the issue of bullying. We specifically looked at 2 of them and then just had a short discussion on why this is a problem and how we can address it.
Even though not many Troy students found their way to the event, those who came were deeply moved.
Growing up's hard enough without everyone like attacking you just for being how you are or like the way you look.
It was heartbreaking to know that there's people out there that go through this every day.
It's a big issue, I knew it was an issue, but it's really big, and we have to come together as a community, as friends, as people, as human beings to try to put a stop on it.
As the coordinator of service, learning, and civic engagement, Sealand encourages student involvement in the community and hopes the discussion will lead to possible actions in the future.
As a takeaway, something I would encourage the participants today on is just, looking with maybe new eyes at these interactions and how we, in our culture, perpetuate violence and aggression towards one another, and how we can maybe take steps to solve that.
Michaela Chenault, Troy TrojanVision News.
Up next will be a town hall meeting this Thursday at 6 in Hawkins Hall, room 122, followed by a candlelight vigil for victims of bullying. Then on Saturday, there will be a 5K run to benefit anti-bullying programs for local school systems. Well, this month, we here at Trojan Vision are introducing you to people that some of our student reporters feel have something interesting to tell.
You know, and today we're going to introduce you to someone who is very close to all of us here at Trojan Vision. Bobby Cox has a story.
Components which make up a TV news broadcast in which we are meant to see. But then there are some components that we often overlook. Oftentimes we overlook the manpower, the person behind the scenes, the person that makes sure that the show flows smoothly from beginning to end. And for Trojan Vision, that person is Aaron Taylor. As a supervisor for the student news operations at Troy University, Aaron Taylor helps students on their path to broadcast careers with hands-on experience.
If you don't get experience, then you're not going to get a job. It's very hard to compete and sell yourself as a product to the industry if you don't get experience. Trojan Vision provides students practical hands-on experience when they're in school.
Taylor really helps the students grasp the concept of their job and responsibilities around the studio.
He is very, very helpful. My first time doing anything, he's always eager to help me and help me learn whatever I need to learn so that I can go out and do different things here on Trojan Vision.
Aaron is one of the most helpful people I know on campus. He makes sure that you know your mistakes, and he helps you build on your mistakes, and he teaches you what you need to know. He makes you prepared.
As a student at Troy, Taylor won awards including Best Anchor by the Associated Press, but he says his most prestigious award came during his professional career.
The year that we were a national finalist in the Society of Professional Journalists annual competition, we were named one of the top college newscasts in the nation.
Bobby Cox, Trojan Vision News.
And we will continue our Trojan Profile series throughout the rest of the week.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Huntsville, a man whose son committed suicide after a high school prank says the youth battled depression for months before taking his own life. Daniel Admick said during a news conference today that relatives tried but weren't able to get the mental health care needed to help 15-year-old Christian Admick before the youth hung himself earlier this month.
And in Talladega, authorities have identified a Tennessee man who died of suspected carbon monoxide poison in his mobile home at the Talladega Superspeedway. The Talladega County Deputy Coroner says 46-year-old Craig Morgan was found dead in his motorhome near the racetrack on Saturday afternoon. Investigators have said Morgan's wife was also taken to UAB Hospital in critical condition.
And in Montgomery, Governor Robert Bentley is taking exception to his press office describing his hernia surgery as minor. Yesterday was Bentley's first day back at the state capitol following his recuperation. The governor told reporters that he's sore but otherwise doing just fine.
And still to come on Trojan Vision Nightly News, Mitchell Spoon will have the details when he joins us with sports. Now Mitchell Spoon joins us with sports. So Mitchell, the soccer team had a great weekend this past weekend, but they also kind of had a little cherry on top with one of their players receiving a special award.
That's right, Courtney. This isn't the first time that this individual has received an award, but I'll reveal who that is right now in sports. This past week, having a bye week was enjoyable for the players, but it's time to turn the attention to the opponent at hand, Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers enter Saturday's game with the same record as Troy at 4-3, while on the conference side they are 1-2, while Troy is reversed at 2-1. But for the Trojans, there is a connection to the state of Kentucky. It just so happens to be the home of quarterback Corey Robinson. And while Robinson is excited to see friends and family, he understands the importance of the upcoming matchup.
Well, it's huge. You know, I've been telling the guys all week, man, you know, we're going back to my home. You know, let's go up there and let's play hard, man. You know, these guys, they like to talk, and we can't let that get in anybody on our team's head. And, you know, it would be really, really good for me to go back home and get a win. I haven't won up there yet, even though I beat them my freshman year. It was at home, but I haven't won at Western yet. So it's going to be good to go back up there and see everybody, see my family, see all my friends from high school. So it'll be really fun.
The Trojans kick off against the Hilltoppers on Saturday at 3 o'clock. And for the second time this season, senior goalkeeper Madison Winter was named Sunbelt Conference Defensive Player of the Week after shutting out in-state rival South Alabama on Sunday. Winter made 7 saves on the day, with 6 of those coming in the second half. In 8 appearances this year, Winters only allowed 4 goals. Head coach Chris Bentley says Winters made a major contribution to the Trojans this season.
This game in particular, she came up with 3 big saves, and in that game, we ask any goalkeeper, if you're in a championship type game, you're going to have to make maybe 1, 2, or 3 saves. She did it, And that was, to me, an all-conference performance from a goalkeeper when you have to make big saves in big games. And she did that. And for her to get that award, I think it's a sign of what the team's doing. But I also think specifically for her as an individual, making some really big saves at key moments in the game helped us win the game.
This was Winter's fourth shutout of the season. The Trojans will be back in action on Thursday when they host UOM for the final home game. And the Troy men's golf team competed the Pine Tree Intercollegiate at the Pine Tree Country Club, coming out in 6th place with a score of 25 over par. They were just 4 strokes ahead of 5th place Indiana. Junior Tolver Dozier led the Trojans, tied for 6th place individually after shooting a 1 over par total for the tournament. His finish was the second best by a Troy player this year. Fellow junior Philip Brennan tied for 20th with the score of 8 over par. Junior Jake Tucker and freshman Jared Badger placed in 34th and tied for 35th respectively, and freshman Clayton Vanoy came in tied for 37th. The Trojans returned to the links on November 4th for the Eagle Osprey Intercollegiate in Jacksonville, Florida. Well, Christina, Courtney, congratulations to the soccer team for beating South Alabama on Sunday, and congratulations, of course, to Madison Winter, who was honored on Senior Day on Sunday, and getting that Defensive Player of the Week award for the second straight week. And of course, best of luck to the football team this weekend as they take on the Hilltoppers in Kentucky.
Exactly. Congratulations to the golf team. Hopefully, they can really keep that up, and best of luck to all the Trojans that'll be in action the rest of this week and the weekend.
Of course.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Thank you.